Dear students, now I am going to explain behavior of real gases or deviation of real gases from ideal behavior. In what way real gases are going to behave on the application of pressure and temperature, or how they are deviating from ideal behavior, that we are going to discuss now. Let us know, what do you mean by ideal gas? Ideal gas is that gas which obey ideal gas equation at all conditions of temperature and pressure. Whatever be the temperature, whatever be the pressure, if your gas is obeying Boyle's law, that is, volume of a given mass of gas is inversely proportional to pressure. It means as you increase the pressure or decrease the pressure, in the same way there is gradual increase or decrease in volume, and it is maintaining PV value as constant, then we say it is an ideal gas. If the gas do not obey this, then we say it is a real gas or non-ideal gas. Okay, ideal gas which obey PV equals to nRT equation at all temperature and pressure. Real gas which do not obey PV equals to nRT equation at all temperature and pressure. By the experiments we come to know that the gases which are soluble in water, carbon dioxide easily soluble in water, sulfur dioxide more readily soluble in water compared to carbon dioxide, ammonia very easily soluble in water, means the gases which are readily soluble in water, they show more deviation from ideal behavior. Then the gases which are not soluble in water, for example hydrogen is not going to soluble in water, so it show a little deviation from ideal behavior. And another one, the gases which can be easily liquefiable. It means the gases which can be liquefied easily just by applying pressure at a particular temperature. If they are going to convert into a liquid, such type of gases also show more deviation. Okay. Next, study of the deviations. Scientists have studied the Boyle's law on different gases. According to Boyle's law, as you increase the pressure on a gas at constant temperature, the PV value of the gas must be a constant value. That is, whenever we apply pressure on the gas at a particular temperature, if the PV value kept constant for all the values of pressure, then we say it is ideal. It is an ideal gas. But most of the gases not obeying this PV equals to constant value. Some gases are showing more deviation, some gases are showing less deviation. Here methane has shown more deviation compared to carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide shown more deviation compared to hydrogen, and helium is showing minimum deviation from ideal behavior. It means just by studying Boyle's law on different gases, we got this type of graph, but here no gas is obeying ideal gas behavior, means all gases deviated from ideal behavior. Then we have studied the Boyle's law. just by taking P versus V, pressure versus volume. Here we have taken PV versus P, but here we have taken P versus V. We got this type of graph for ideal gas and this type of graph for real gas. At high pressure means at whenever the pressure is very high, at this pressure the actual volume or the volume of real gas is more compared to the volume of ideal gas. Means at high pressure the volume of real gas is more. Actually we are expecting lower value, but we got a higher value. So here also there is deviation in the ideal behavior. As there is decrease in the pressure, at this point real gas and ideal gas behaving as same. It means real gases are showing ideal behavior at this point. Understood? So here also the gas is not going to obey. By these two experiments we come to know that gases are deviating from ideal behavior. Again we can calculate, again we can study the deviation of real gases from ideal behavior on the basis of compressibility factor. The compressibility factor is nothing but it is the ratio between PV value and nRT value. PV value, nRT value, the ratio of these two values nothing but compressibility factor. If PV value, nRT values are same, then we are getting Z value equals to 1. If Z equals to 1, then the gas is ideal. Any gas where Z value is 1, that is compressibility factor value is 1, then we say it is an ideal gas. If the compressibility factor is not equal to 1, then it is a real gas. If Z is not equal to 1, the gas is real. When Z is not equal to 1, there are possibilities. Z value may be less than 1 or Z value may be greater than 1. If Z value is less than 1, it means that the gas is showing negative deviation. It means any gas which is having Z value less than 1, that can be compressed easily, that can be liquefied easily. We can convert that gas into liquid. If the Z value is greater than 1, the gas is showing positive deviation. We cannot compress the gas very easily. We cannot liquefy the gas easily. Understood? Means based on compressibility factor, we can explain the study of deviation of real gases from ideal behavior. Here we have a graph, that is compressibility factor Z versus pressure. On y-axis we have compressibility factor, on z-axis we have pressure in atmosphere. At this point is nothing but Z equals to 1, that is these points will represent the ideal gas behavior of real gas. We have studied carbon dioxide, methane, oxygen, helium, hydrogen and nitrogen, and these gases are showing deviation from ideal behavior. Carbon dioxide has shown maximum deviation. negative deviation, up to here negative deviation, then there is increase in compressibility factor. It means nitrogen, oxygen, methane and carbon dioxide are showing negative deviation for a certain pressure. After that they show positive deviation. Wherever the gases are showing negative deviation, that gases can be compressed easily. By this we come to know that it is very hard to compress helium compared to hydrogen. Hydrogen, helium cannot be compressed easily. This graph also explains the deviation of real gases from ideal behavior. Now, we come to know that no gas is ideal, all gases are real, no gases show ideal behavior at all conditions of temperature and pressure. Only at low pressure and high temperature they can show ideal behavior, whereas at high pressure and low temperature they show more deviation from ideal behavior. It means in universe, in nature, there is no any ideal gas, only it is our imagination. We are imagining that ideal gas must be that gas which obey PV equals to nRT at all conditions of temperature, pressure. But all gases do not obey that equation. Okay, now let us know reasons for deviation from ideal behavior. Why they are showing deviation? Why they are not obeying ideal gas equation PV equals to nRT? What is the reason? Actually, in kinetic theory of gases, they assumed that the force of attraction among the gas molecules is negligible. There is no attraction among the gas molecules is negligible. And second assumption, wrong assumption they made was volume of gas molecules is negligible compared to volume of the container. These two are the wrong assumption. Because of these two wrong assumptions made by kinetic theory of gases, most of the or all gases are deviating from ideal behavior. At normal conditions of temperature, pressure, at room temperature or at standard temperature STP, attractive forces among the gas molecules may be negligible. There is no attraction among the gas molecules, we can say. But at high pressure, where the molecules approach very close to each other, as you know, attractive forces increases as the molecule approach close to each other. Because of that, we cannot neglect the attractive forces among the molecules. So this is one wrong assumptions made by kinetic theory of gases. The right thing is we cannot neglect attractive forces at high pressure. Even at low temperature, where the kinetic energy of the molecules is very less, the interaction energy increases. Because of that, they easily attracted. Because of that, they easily converted into liquids. Second one, volume of gas molecules is negligible, they said. But at high pressure, the volume of gas molecules is not negligible. because at high pressure the intermolecular space among the gas molecules may be minimum, and we cannot compress or we cannot decrease that intermolecular force because the molecules are repelling each other. So at that point, volume of gas molecules is not negligible. So these are the wrong assumptions made in kinetic theory of gases. Okay, now to explain the behavior of real gases, a new equation was proposed, that is called Van der Waals equation. Van der Waals equation. Van der Waals equation is modified from ideal gas equation, that is PV equals to nRT. Just by modifying ideal gas equation, we are getting Van der Waals equation. What is that modification? That is modification in pressure, that is P plus A by V square. There is modification in volume, V by B is equals to RT. This is for 1 mole of gas. Just by just by correcting some pressure and just by correcting volume, we are getting a new equation. That equation is nothing but Van der Waals equation. This is for 1 mole of gas, and for n moles of gas we can write here P plus A n square by V square, V minus NB is equals to nRT. Here A and B are some constant, and these constants are called Van der Waals constants. Okay, let us now derive Van der Waals equation. That is, let us try to derive P plus A n square by V square, V minus NB equals to nRT. This equation we are obtaining by making correction in pressure and volume. Let us know pressure correction. Before going to start that, let me know why we have to correct the pressure. According to kinetic theory of gases, they said that attractive forces among the gas molecules is negligible. We can neglect. But actually we are unable to neglect. We cannot neglect that. At high pressure, low temperature, attractive forces are very strong. So we cannot neglect the attractive forces. It means the attractive forces among the gas molecules is going to make us to correct in pressure. How? Let me know. Let us consider this is a container and one molecule is present at the interior, and this molecule is A, and molecule A is surrounded by different molecules in all directions. Means the center molecule is attracted by this molecule, and in the opposite direction another molecule will attract it. If one molecule is attracting this center molecule in this direction, opposite to that another one molecule attract. If it is attracting in this direction, another molecule will attract in this direction. It means the net force on the interior molecule becomes 0. Why it is 0? Because in all directions the molecules are attracted equally. According to law of equilibrium, the net force, attractive force on the molecule becomes 0. So we consider that force of attraction among the molecules negligible or 0. But whenever this molecule is going to collide on the wall of the container, this molecule is going to hit the wall of the container. Whenever this molecule will hit the wall of the container, that will be the pressure we are measuring. That is the reason for pressure. So whenever it is going to hit the wall of the container, this direction there is no particles, whereas interior part of this molecule many particles are attracting back. These particles are attracting this hitting molecule. Because of that, what happens? The speed of this molecule decreased. When the speed of this molecule decreased, force exerted on the walls of the container is decreased. When force is decreased, the pressure is decreased. It means that actually the pressure inside the gas is very high. Whatever we are measuring the pressure, that is not exact pressure. The actual pressure is more than the measured pressure. So we have to make some correction. And that correction, pressure correction, depends upon number of gas molecules are going to collide. Molecules going to collide. Means how many molecules per second are going to collide on the walls of the container. Or we can say this P correction proportional to density of the gas. Number of molecules per unit volume, nothing but density. So we can say that P correction is proportional to D. At the same time, the decrease in velocity or decrease in force exerted on the walls of the container also depends upon number of molecules attracting back. So this P correction also depends upon density of the gas. So this P correction is proportional to D square. But this P correction we can write as inversely proportional to V square. That is P correction is equals to A by V square, where A is some constant, and we call this A as van der Waals constant. So in place of P in ideal gas equation, we have to write P plus A n square by V square. Understood? Okay. Now volume correction. Again we have to correct some volume. Whatever the volume we are measuring, that volume is more compared to the actual volume. Actual volume is less, but whatever the volume we are measuring, that volume is more. So we have to correct it. For V volume of gas, we have 4V volume which is available for the movement of gas molecules, and we call this volume as effective volume. It means that if we have V volume of gas we consider as V, then 4V volume of gas is available for the free movement of the molecules, gas molecules. So this is the excluded volume. So the actual volume or volume correction must be less of 4V factor. It means that the volume correction must be V minus B, where B is equals to 4V. So for n moles of gas, we have to write V minus NB. So by making corrections in pressure, by making correction in volume, we are getting equation PAN square by V square into V minus NB equals to nRT, and this equation is called Van der Waals equation, and we call this Van der Waals equation as equations of state for real gases. PV equals to nRT for equation of state for ideal gases, whereas Van der Waals equation we are going to call it as equation of state for real gases. Now we came to the last part of the lesson, that is explanation of behavior of real gases by Van der Waals equation. By using this Van der Waals equation, we have to explain behavior of real gases. Let us study first at low pressure, at very low pressure. At very low pressure, pressure value is very less. Then pressure is very less. In that case, V value is very high, means V is maximum value or very high value. So we are dividing this number by, this is constant, this is also constant. We are dividing this constant value by very high number, so this value is very less, so we can neglect. So P plus A by N square by V square become P. It reduces to P. Here at low pressure, V is very high, so NB value can be neglected, though, so it reduces to PV. So here PV is equals to nRT. It means that at very low pressure, your real gas behave as an ideal gas. At moderate pressure means at moderate, here low pressure is there, but here pressure is moderate. Because of increase in pressure, there is decrease in V value. So here this term we cannot neglect, but here, so this term become P plus A N square by V square. Whenever we compare the value of NB with V, V value is very high, so we can neglect NB value, so it reduces to V. This is equals to nRT. Just by multiply this, PV plus AN square by V square into V is equals to nRT. PV is equal PV plus AN square by V plus NR equals to nRT, or PV is equals to nRT minus AN square by V. For 1 mole, we can write this expression as PV equals to RT minus A by P. It means at moderate pressure, PV value is not equal to RT value. RT value is greater than PV value. PV is equals to RT whenever we subtract A by V value from RT. Understood? So at moderate pressure, this is the condition. So whenever we divide this equation, we get PV by RT by RT, RT by RT, then A divided by VRT, PV by RT, that is nothing but Z. Here compressibility factor RT by RT, that is equals to 1 minus A by VRT. Here Z is equal to 1 whenever we subtract A by VRT from 1. It means that the gas is showing negative deviation. Here compressibility factor is less than 1. As the pressure increased at constant temperature, there is decrease in volume. So the factor A by RTV goes on increases. This value goes on increases. Because of that, we can expect initial dip in the plot. Means here the graph is showing initial dip. Let us study the behavior of real gases at high pressure. We have van der Waals equation P plus A by V square V minus B equals to RT for 1 mole of gas. At high pressure means pressure is high, volume is less. So this value we can neglect compared to A by, whenever we compare pressure and A by V square value, we can neglect this value. So this becomes P. But here V is very small. So in this case B we cannot be neglected. So volume become V minus P. This is equals to RT. Just by solving, PV minus PB equals to RT. PV is equals to RT plus PB. Just divide this equation by RT. PV by RT, RT by RT plus PB by RT. So here it becomes 1. PV by RT nothing but compressibility factor 1 plus PB by RT. So here Z value equals to 1 whenever we add PB RT factor to 1. It shows that as P is increased at constant temperature, the factor PB by RT also increase. Here temperature is constant, R is a constant value, B is also a constant value. As you increase the pressure, it means numerator value is going to increase. Because of that, what happens? There is increase in the Z value. So this will show a positive deviation from ideal behavior. Next, behavior of real gases at very high temperature. As you know that as the temperature increase, volume of given mass of gas also increase at a given pressure. So V value is very high. Because of that, we can neglect A by V square value as well as B value. For example, from van der Waals equation, that is P plus A by V square V minus B is equals to RT. Here the temperature is very high. Because of high temperature, V is also very high. So this denominator value is very high, and we are dividing this denominator to numerator value which is a constant value, so this can be neglected, so it becomes P. Here V value is very high compared to B, so we can neglect B, so it becomes PV, so this is equals to RT. Means at high temperature our real gas behaving as ideal gas. From the above discussion we come to know that at low pressure a real gas behave as ideal gas, at high temperature a real gas behave as ideal gas. It means all gases behave as ideal gases at low pressure and high temperature. Last topic, that is exceptional behavior of hydrogen and helium. From the compressibility factor graph we come to know that hydrogen and helium are showing positive deviation. Their Z value is always greater than 1. From ideal gas, Van der Waals equation, P plus A by V square, V minus B is equals to RT. The size of hydrogen molecule and helium molecule is very small. Because of that A value is very small. When A value is very small and we are dividing this volume, so this factor become negligible, so equation reduces to P and it becomes same, V minus B is equals to RT. So PV is minus PB equals to RT. So PV is equals to RT plus PB. Again dividing this, PV by RT, RT by RT plus PB by RT. This becomes Z, that is compressibility factor 1 plus PB by RT. As you know that at constant temperature, as pressure value goes on increase, Z value goes on increase, so they show always a positive deviation. By this I am going to conclude the states of matter. All the best for your tomorrow's exam. And another one note here, some deleted portion is there. That deleted portion will be taught after tomorrow's test. The next videos will be concentrating on deleted portion, which is useful for NEET and other competitive exams. Thank you. All the best.